What is this?
Reaction channel. And I'll say this as a content creator. Like,
oh, we just missed one of her favorite buzzwords, TMZ reaction channel. Wait, I don't know if she said the TMZ part. I heard the reaction channel though.
You said something you didn't say, but that's what a lot of these like reaction channels, and I'll say this as a content creator, like a lot of the reaction channels will take clips to like put you out of context and like say things that you didn't say, and kind of like it's really dishonest, honestly.
And Mel, the Destiny's wife, it was her clip that she made, which I think is pretty disingenuous, because if you watch the whole thing, I think MLD got a little, like, he was fucking 7 White Claws deep too. Look, if he...
Okay, also, bro, I like to get up just as much as the next guy. Drugs and alcohol are awesome, okay? Why are you doing drugs and then going on a podcast, though, going out to 15, 20,000 people? Why would you do that? Hello?
I'm not going to co-sign what he said.
Not the
disavow.
TV static.
Disavow. But like, it sounded like to me like they were asking about divorce in general, and he was saying endure, and then like somewhere through that she brings up physical abuse, and so.
Well, and so I kind of look at this question a little differently, because.
Oh yes, please, the queen of the pick-me's, please tell us exactly how. Divorce is like evil things that women do. Yes.
My question is like, what is the abusive situation? And I need specifics. And like the reason I need specifics is women cry abuse for everything, and we've actually lost the meaning of abuse. Like if you go to...
She's so brave. Yes.
And I know this because I'm doing a divorce documentary. And so I'm actually interviewing men that are in the process of getting like absolutely wrecked by divorce. And a lot of them have had false allegations put out against them.
Wow.
And a lot of those, basically what the feminists do is they expand the definition of abuse to include things like coercive control, financial abuse, and even physical abuse. A lot of times, like, girls don't talk about how they hit first. And most abusive situations are mutually abusive, meaning they're both hitting each other. And so a lot of times what girls will do is they'll say, oh, I'm being abused, but they don't talk about how she hit him first. Like I had a girl on the show say I
love how she never, and she will never, qualify anything with numbers. A lot of the time. This is why one of my new like rhetorical strategies when I'm on these shows, I think I've done this on almost every show I've been on. What is the percentage? Give me the percent. What do you think is the percentage of people that do this? I need a number, because when you say a lot of the time, are we talking like 3%? Or are we talking like 60%?
Physically abused. And I used to just believe women. Like I would always just be like, oh, I'm so sorry. But then you start asking questions, and it baffles me how women like turn the situation of them like being abused when they aren't. Like this one girl, she came on my show, she said I was physically abused. I said, okay, tell me the situation. What exactly happened? She refused to leave his house. She refused. So she's trespassing on his property, saying I'm not gonna leave, and he pushes her out of the house.
Wait, hold on, what?
She happened. One girl, she came on my show, she said I was physically abused. I said, okay, tell me the situation. What exactly happened? She refused to leave his house. She refused. So she's trespassing on his property, saying I'm not gonna leave, and he pushes her out.
Oh, okay, sure. What is this? Can you explain your tweet about bad faith? I'm pretty sure it is a term you use, and in general, bad faith actors will use it the way you said, not people who actually try to have a convo. I usually see people say somebody's being bad faith when they disagree with them. That's what I hear over and over and over and over and over again. Okay, less houses. I'm good. Chill. I think I read it on my subreddit recently. That's what inspired me to make the tweet.
Out of the house. Is that abuse?
No.
Or another thing that girls do is they'll edge a guy on. Like I saw a clip of a girl, basically making fun of a guy for having a dead son, and he hit her. Who abused who? And that's like the other side of this that we don't talk about, is that a lot of times like the feminists or whatever will try to get a gotcha question, because they'll say, oh, if you're in an abusive marriage. But like I know the ins and outs of this because I interview the men that are falsely accused, and this is so common.
I know the ins and outs of this because I talk to one side of people that are disproportionately affected, that represent a minority of like, okay, dude.
And it's so common. So, and the one thing that guys should know is if a girl says she was abused and she didn't.
You know the Chris Chan sigh? Pearl always does it.
File a police report. Because in family court, you don't need evidence to accuse someone of abuse. You need no evidence.
She said this, by the way. She said this on Twitter, and I asked what her source was for that. What is the source for this? And she said nothing. I think she said, I've talked to tons of lawyers. What? Can somebody explain to me what we're talking about here when we talk about how you can accuse people of abuse and not have any evidence for it in family? What is like the, what are we talking about? What is like the...
And in criminal court,
And not a single person here is going to ask her about it?
you do. So it's more it's more likely true if it's in criminal court. If it's real abuse, yeah, I mean, you should leave. But my issue is like, a lot of times it's not actually real abuse what they're talking about, and they don't talk about the other side where a lot of times the girls start it. Thank you.
I don't know about that example of somebody saying, of the woman saying that, telling the husband that he had a dead son, and then she hits him.
No, I said he hit her.
Oh, he hit her.
Like, cause she was
That's
like taunting.
though.
She was taunting him
If
about
someone taunts you, or if you taunt someone and they hit you, is that acceptable? Legally,
I
in no way
didn't
is that
say
acceptable.
it's acceptable, but it's not like
We're
they're
talking
paying
about
them-
someone's dead child.
Like,
I don't think you know
like,
until
you
that
can
happens
walk
to you, your
away from it.
reaction
I
would
understand.
be.
You can walk
that,
away
but you
from a
can't-
situation.
You can't punch someone because they say something that hurts your feelings. You
Yeah,
cannot
violence
do that.
is not okay,
Yeah.
but
That
that
is
doesn't
not
make it
acceptable.
okay.
Right.
Wait,
But,
tilt
yeah.
your microphone so it's facing straight.
I'm not saying it's okay, but we don't talk about the other side where a lot of times girls will provoke it.
I agree with
So
you.
it's not like
Yeah.
he's this horrible.
Explanation
Like,
isn't
is that
justified.
in that
Right.
situation? Is that something that could be worked out? I mean, like, obviously that's a crazy toxic relationship, but like they'll act like, oh, the guy isn't the horrible person, he's in the wrong, he hit her, but it's like you were taunting him. And also, like, a lot of times, you know what girls do? And I've read these text messages. Like, I have literally like
Read these text
gone through
messages.
these, like subpoena or whatever it is when they have to get the stuff from the women. Women know that they get perks from the government if they accuse a guy of abuse.
I have a very
They
close.
know.
Wait, what? Hold on. Can you tell me? What are they? Why can't she list any of these things? What are the perks from the government you get if you accuse a guy of abuse? What is she? Maybe she's about to explain what that means?
There was a girl that had in text messages, I wish he would just hit me. Because if he hit her, she gets a free lawyer from the government.
Doesn't the government normally give you? I don't know. I can't speak for British shit, actually. I don't know. But Destiny, probably restraining orders or some shit. I could be wrong, but my understanding is you can get a restraining order for like almost anything. I don't think you'd ever even need evidence for a restraining order. I think you just go to a judge and say, like, hey, this dude's stalking me. Like, can I get a restraining order? I'm pretty sure they give restraining orders like pretty easily, but that's true for everybody.
And so these are the situations that like the left doesn't talk about, where men are falsely accused all the time.
All the
And,
time. No numbers.
and it's so sad because women that are actually
being
abused are the ones that suffer for it, because women are going around calling everything abuse, everything rape. Like
And most of
they
the women who
expand-
suffer from abuse actually suffer in silence and
don't
don't
say
speak
anything.
on
And
it
they're scared to come
ever,
forward.
and are terrified, and even you know, and it makes it difficult too. But obviously to prove in court. But a lot of women also don't call the cops.
Yeah,
I mean, a
that's
lot of
like
people
when you
suffer
said that.
in silence.
Yeah, the people who
So
need
I'm
it the
just-
most, they
yeah.
don't say anything.
I mean, and in my opinion, like I really think we need to go off of evidence. Like I just think that false accusations.
I also hate it when people are like, I think we should go off evidence. Like, wow. So really? That's such a brave thing to say. No shit, Sherlock Holmes.
And abuse is so rampant that we have to go off of evidence, and we should encourage women that are actually abused to go to the police, because have to go off evidence. Like I just think that false accusations and abuse is so rampant that we
So rampant? Percentage. What is the percentage? This is what makes me feel like I'm really not trying to suck myself up, but like I feel like such a waste of time. These people, like, how can you have a conversation like this and not feel humiliated that you can't give a single number for anything? Like I feel like I would feel humiliated. Like if I like knowing that you're doing prep on this, knowing that you're going into these shows to talk about like real issues, like would you not feel humiliated that you don't have any data to back anything up you're saying? Like I'm really just gonna go here and weave a bunch of stories and hope everybody like takes what I'm saying on gospel. Like not a single person who's going to ask, like, you keep saying a lot, you keep saying a majority, you keep saying a ton of the time, you keep saying it's rampant. What is the number?
we have to go off of evidence, and we should encourage women that are actually abused to go to the police. Because now we're in a situation where if you don't go to the police, how can I just believe you when women go around falsely accusing men all the time?
All the time? What's the number? Oh God, she's actually so disgusting, dude. Holy shit. Like, it's so gross.
I mean,
I
also,
don't think
I
I'm-
think there's certain situations where you don't have evidence.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if I
the
get
person,
hit,
yeah.
but it's not leaving a bruise, how are you supposed to show the evidence of that?
And I think you
If
also
if
need
I go to
to
the police.
go to police officers and
how
tell
would
them
it
to
not-
take it
how
more
would you not-
seriously, because
'cause I'm
I can't
thinking
tell
if an
you how many
average guy-
times
if
that
Brian-
I have had
if-
friends
I like how this. Can she finish one statement, Pearl? You just ranted for like 20 minutes, Queen.
had something happen and they've gone to the police and the police do absolutely nothing.
Well, is it possible that maybe it didn't happen?
No.
Like that's
Bro, she's saying that her friend said this and she just shouldn't believe her the friend at all. Like, oh, maybe she just made it the fuck up. What the Holy giga, Stacy.
the
because
thing. That's
we're
the
not
thing.
really going to get into it, but I was there. So I know
Okay,
for a
okay.
fact.
If you
Michaela,
saw,
can you
like
point-
my whole point isn't
mic
about my whole
closer.
point is we need to go off of evidence. Like
That's no.
in society, we cannot just openly believe women because they say something. It is not
But
fair
what was
to
I
men.
supposed to do?
I'm not
Get
talking
my
about.
camera
Look,
out?
I'm not
But
talking
this is what
about
I'm
your.
asking you is
but-
what do you mean by evidence? You know, was I supposed to sit
so
there
if you
and get my camera out?
if you saw it,
it was my witness testimony enough?
What do you mean?
Witness testimony is evidence. It's considered direct evidence, right? That is evidence.
Was me witnessing it in considered evidence?
I would think so.
You would think so,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know the ins and outs of every situation. So I
Oh, and now she's gonna go, well, I don't know about your situation. But let me tell you this one text message that I read from a husband who, like, bro,
don't really want to go into your personal.
Yeah,
one.
no,
But
I'm just
what
saying that
saying
when
is
you
in-
say like if a girl hasn't taken it to the cops, then she's lying. That's not
well,
a
your
blanket
friend
statement.
did. Your friend did take it to the cops.
Yeah, but I'm
right?
telling you,
and I'm
no,
saying
no,
women
because
should go to the
I'm not
police.
finished.
But why if they don't do anything?
All right, let's
I have
move
to-
on. We're not going to talk about this.
oh my God. And then Brian cucks the conversation. Seriously? Because Pearl is starting to get pushed a little bit? Because she has a little bit of pushback?
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.